Welcome to the Biz Easy podcast, where small business is simplified for greater results. Brought to you by Resources and Development. Go to www.resources-development.com for help in taking your business to the next level. And now, help me welcome the host of the Biz Easy podcast, Steve McCrillis.
Welcome to the Biz Easy podcast, coming to you from small business capital of America, right here in Middle Tennessee, while reaching across this great nation of ours, including Alaska, translated in English for your listening pleasure. The Biz Easy Network, your resource to help take your business to the next level. Also, stay tuned to learn how you can get your free Biz Easy business tool at the end of this podcast. My name is Steve, your host, as we all learn how to stay better focused on the things that make you great and make your business great. Now, don't forget our book, available on Amazon. Isn't it time your business becomes a Biz Easy? If you enjoy the podcast, you will love the book. Now, I'd like to introduce you to my partner and our resident guru and the author of this lovely blog we are about to talk about, our lead business coach, Skip Williams.
Hey, Steve, how you doing today?
Good, Skip. Good, Skip. How are you?
Well, a funny thing happened to me on the way to the podcast. I went swimming today and I peed in the deep end. The lifeguard saw it and blew his whistle so loud, I almost fell in.
You are an adventurous one, aren't you? Oh, gosh, that's a great marketing message. Speaking of marketing messages, what are we talking about
building
today?
building your very own marketing message.
Huh?
If you're willing to spend a little time to make your marketing message better and more productive, I know you're busy, but this exercise can be a lot of fun, especially if you can get some other people from your company involved. For any business owner to become successful today, they must provide their prospects with an experience focused on the basic fundamentals of human nature.
And I'm going to interrupt you and say, I bet you're going to tell us what the basic fundamentals of human nature are.
Of course, right?
It's funny, when I read through your list, I really hearken back to telling many business owners as I traveled across this country, these are things that are absolutely true, whether you like to believe it or not. So with that, give us the top 10 of the 10 human fundamentals.
It's all based on self-interest, right, Steve?
That's right.
So all prospects want the best deal. Always market to the negative. Prospects buy based on emotion and only use logic to justify their purchase. Prospects want to buy from a business that is unique. Prospects buy extraordinary value, not price.
I'm going to stop you there. I've always said price is an issue in the absence of value.
Right. If you can provide them with a convenience that your competitors don't, they'd be willing to pay for more, or a feature or benefit that be willing to pay more. They're looking for value, not price.
Right.
You must communicate your uniqueness and extraordinary value to your prospects. They're never going to know about it if you don't say something. Prospects buy what they want, not what they need. An undisturbed prospect will never buy. Prospects will do anything to avoid pain, but very little to obtain pleasure. Prospects don't care about you or your business. They only care about themselves.
These are some harsh truths. In fact, every time that I am engaged in some way where somebody gets my attention to want to sell me something, I always pay attention to these simple things and wonder if they know these simple things. Because I think if they did, they wouldn't take on the presentation that they do. Now, I'm an ultimate critic of that because naturally we've coached a lot of people through how they can improve their marketing, how they can improve their sales, how can they improve their contact with their clients. And it is staggering, just frightening to me how many people don't read the basic fundamentals about people, and knowing that psychology, be able to adjust their marketing and their sales accordingly. But that's just
right.
me.
Yeah, you got to keep human nature in mind. So let's get started building our marketing message. All right, Steve?
Let's do it.
Okay, first we need to identify who your target market is and what are their pain points. So who is your target customer? And that could be segregated by age, by sex, by geography, by a number of different things. So try and narrow that target down as best you can. And then ask yourself, what are the problems that they have and that they wish they didn't? And then how does your product or service provide a solution to their problem? Again,
Always,
it is all about them. Go ahead.
always present a solution to whatever problem they has. As you figure out what it is that you're trying to solve, right?
Right. I mean, I used to say, you can't sell deodorant unless first you convince people that they stink.
Okay.
And then
go with that.
and then you have the solution. So second, we want to write a clear and concise, unique selling proposition or USP statement. Sometimes it's also called a market dominating position or MDP. This is the area you always want to be working on adding value to the customer. So you can brag about it in your message. Always check your message by asking, could anyone say so what or I should hope so about the message? Those are considered platitudes. So what makes your product or service different than the competition? What can you do that isn't being done by other companies? Use specifics like 30 minutes or less, lowest price, will cut your cleaning time in half. Avoid platitudes like been around since 1966 or the best or the largest. No one really cares about that.
Okay, that's 1 and 2. Number 1, identify the target. Number 2, write a unique selling position. Move on to number 3.
All right. Expand your USP into a value proposition. This is no longer a statement that explains how your product or service. This is a longer, statement that explains how your product or service delivers your USP. It should include features, benefits, and proof points that support your claim. Make sure you have the receipts, right? For example, our cloud hosting service is powered by state-of-the-art technology that ensures 99.9% uptime, lightning fast speed, unlimited scalability. You can choose from a range of plans that suit your budget and needs and enjoy a 24/7 customer support and security. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee and a free trial.
Looks like you hit all the pain points right there in your USP, unique selling position.
Yeah, you basically want to tell them why they'd be a fool to be doing business with anybody else, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So fourth, we want to use our value proposition to create the marketing message. This is a catchy and memorable phrase that captures the essence of your value proposition and appeals to your target audience. It should be simple, specific, and relevant. You can use a headline, a slogan, or a tagline for your marketing materials. Examples: cloud hosting made easy. Try it free today. Or this is a familiar one: 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Yeah.
Stop wasting your time with conventional mops. Those
Okay.
kind of boil down that whole value proposition into a marketing message, don't they? So it's been a fun exercise so far, hasn't it? And you can imagine yourself doing this with a table full of people and a whiteboard. You've now created the foundation for all future marketing for your company, for your customer. The next step is to write your ad or ads using a formula that we call the conversion equation, while keeping the value proposition that you've already had identified in mind. The conversion equation has 4 parts.
Before you get into those 4 parts, let me interrupt you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Having traveled for 20 years.
Yeah, you're going to interrupt me. Go ahead.
I'm going to interrupt, and then I'm going to then I'm going to engage.
Okay. Educate me, would you?
No offer. Anyway, I didn't break it down into these 4 steps. And I think if you really pay attention to those 4 things as you prepare to what you want to say and how you're going to say it, I think that that's critically important, because then as you get into the conversion equation, which is something that I don't know where that was originated. I would love to say that we created it, but we did not. But it does break it down. Back to that expression, how to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. breaking something down into its simplest parts is the most effective way that you can really make the most complicated thing fun and easy. And here at the BizEasy Network, that is our objective, right? So let's talk about the conversion equation, the 4 parts of the conversion equation that allows you to prepare your message.
I think you're right, Steve. I mean, if you just sat down and wrote a marketing message without these 4 parts in mind, it's probably going to be filled with platitudes, and it certainly won't hit the hot buttons of human nature that we're trying to hit. So the first one is interrupt. So you want to use a catchy headline, a compelling image, or a curiosity-inducing question to grab the attention of your audience. We also want to identify the pain point that our customer has in this headline. Are you sick and tired of XYZ? Or you ever feel like XYZ? 4 proven techniques to XYZ. You know, so you're right in there hitting their pain points right away. And that headline should grab their attention and make them want to read further. So secondly, after you've written the interrupt, or like I said, use a compelling picture or image, you want to engage the customer. This sub-headline promises the prospect relief that they want and urges them to keep reading, watching, or listening to learn more. Here's how to ensure XYZ. Learn the secrets of XYZ. What if we could guarantee XYZ?
There's engagement right there. Yeah.
Right. So you promised, so you interrupted them. Now you're promising that if they read further, they're going to learn something. And so the next one is educate. This is usually the body of the marketing message that tells the prospect how your company is in a unique position to deliver the benefits and later the features of what you do and how you can help. Remember that the features tell and the benefits sell. So focus on what they want more than how much they need it. Although the body copy is the longest portion of your ad, it should still resist the temptation to include every bit of juicy information. Instead, focus on only one hot button at a time.
So we got number 1, to interrupt, got to get their attention. Number 2, to engage, carry that attention into something that's compelling. 3, educate them a little bit more about what it is that you're trying to do or trying to accomplish. And the 4th step, and probably the most critical, which is, I think, the equivalent of closing when you're in a sale, is what?
The offer. So the 4th part is the offer. It's a crucial part of the marketing piece. You're asking them to take some kind of action without, and this is important, without establishing much trust at this point. As Steve always say, no, like, and trust, right? So when, their trust in us at this point is still pretty limited, but hopefully we've got their curiosity. So you can give them an offer that doesn't take much trust, like your first bottle is absolutely free, or download a free report at, or come on down for a free test drive, or join our free wealth management seminar, or a simple 100% money back guarantee.
I would like to point out that at the beginning of our little podcast here, I always say, stay tuned at the end of this podcast and receive a free business tool.
Right. We're not asking for a dime at least not at this point, and we're not going to anyway, but most companies are not asking for a dime at this point. They're just trying to get more information into their hands and get them closer to the point of purchase. So whether you're using radio or print, social media, television, or other, these 4 components are building blocks of any successful ad. When done right, it can exponentially increase prospects and sales. So don't write it and forget it. Always be refining it. This is one place where it's okay to second guess yourself, because you're always testing new ads against old ads, and whichever one gets the better results is the direction you head in.
Well, when you start preparing your ad and you use those 4 very key steps or key points into preparing that, and then you launch it, it's always good to get feedback from others to say, was that compelling? Was that an offer that would produce some sort of results? I mean, I guess that is the point of your saying, don't stop there. keep evolving it, keep improving it, just like any part of your business. When you come up with a process and you want to improve it, hey, you always want to improve. You always want to make it clear. It's just not one way is the highway.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you've identified more than just one or two pain points. So you can write variations of this ad that address each of the pain points, and maybe one or two of those pain points are give you focusing on one or two pain points gets you better results than the previous ad.
Yeah.
So, Steve, I know we've discussed a lot of components to building your marketing message here, but outlined like this, it should be a straightforward and frankly fun exercise. So get your trusted employees together, advisors together in a room with plenty of pizza, and enjoy the process. How about a new tradition of Monday night marketing?
It's a good idea to engage others because it, gets them buy-in on the product and buy-in the message that you're putting out there. I have spoken to a lot of people in marketing. In fact, whenever I interviewed business owners, I'd ask them, well, who does your marketing? Who does your sales? What qualifications do they have? Why did they find that position? And why do you find them valuable? I wish I was armed with this kind of information then, because I could ask them more specifically. Well, what is your offer? How did you engage? What is your interrupt? I mean, I could have gotten into that a little bit more. That's what happens when you evolve. So I just think it's a great 4-step process to look at. And I think the preparation is a great 4-step process that you can use with your employees and the people that work in your company. So,
right. It's not, I'm not going to call it easy, but it can be fun, and it is fairly straightforward. And isn't that what we want when we talk about marketing? Because marketing always seems like a black magic, right? That somebody sprinkles some stardust on a commercial or an ad, and some do better than others, and sometimes we never see the payback from those things. This gives you a straightforward path to creating a perfect marketing message.
I think if you memorize these 4, again, if you have not kept notes or haven't really paid attention clearly as to what those 4 different conversion equation parts are, feel free to revert to our website, resources-development.com or bizeasy.network, and you can look at the blog that actually talks about this, which is posted. It's live right now, is it not?
It is, yes.
Yeah. So you could go and you could actually, as you listen to other, which is always a good exercise, listen to other commercials. I'm not a radio listener myself, and I don't really, I stream anything I watch on TV. But as you start looking at marketing messages, as you start looking at commercials, see if you can pick out the 4. They don't always do that, but if an effective one will have all 4 of those key points in there.
That might be a
all
good
based on emotion. You made a comment that's worth repeating. Everything is essentially decisions in buying are made with emotion, but are supported with logic and reason. I think that's a very important thing to remember about your clients.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot the point I was going to make, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, as some ads that you're going to be watching or seeing, especially on TV, they don't have time to go through a message that's this long, right? Most of that is what we call awareness marketing. Polar bears selling Coca-Cola don't go through this process, but you already know about Coca-Cola. You already know how it tastes, and they're just reminding you that they're there, and it would be cool and refreshing if you had one.
Yeah,
but this is where smaller companies can sometimes beat the big boys, or at least carve out their part of their chunk of the marketplace by doing proper marketing message with the interrupt, engage, educate, and offer.
Before you decide to spend thousands of dollars on having a marketing person, and I'm not advocating that you shouldn't use them, but if you use these 4 steps, and if you commit these 4 steps, obviously there's going to be some production value in what you're trying to say. If it's in print, it's one thing. If it's visual, it's another. But these 4 steps are a great start. In fact, the company, which is customary in our recent podcast, is to have a company who actually did this, and you can pick out the 4 steps that we're going to use to demonstrate because they listened to our podcast and they picked up the message that we are providing. Listen to this story. Keep in mind that it's a real company. In fact, I actually use this company. It's still in existence today, having started, like many of you, from humble beginnings. And thanks to our podcast, they simplified things for greater results. Let's listen to this story about the company that actually did what we said they should do.
Let's roll it, Steve.
A compelling example of a company that used value propositions and the conversion equation to create successful marketing campaigns is Dollar Shave Club. This company effectively leveraged a clear value proposition and an understanding of the conversion equation to disrupt the razor market and achieve significant growth. Dollar Shave Club was founded in 2011 with a mission to provide a simple, convenient, and affordable solution for men's grooming needs. The razor industry at the time was dominated by major brands like Gillette and Schick, which sold their products at high prices and often required customers to purchase expensive multi-blade cartridges. Recognizing a gap in the market, Dollar Shave Club aimed to attract customers with a value proposition centered around convenience, affordability, and humor. Dollar Shave Club's value proposition was straightforward. High-quality razors delivered to your door for just a few bucks a month. This proposition was compelling because it addressed several pain points that customers faced with traditional razor brands. One, affordability. Razors and blades were significantly cheaper than those offered by traditional competitors. 2, convenience. Customers could avoid the hassle of going to the store by having razors delivered to their door on a subscription basis. 3, simplicity. The company offered a straightforward selection of razor options, eliminating the confusion of choosing between numerous products. 4, humor and relatability. Dollar Shave Club used humor in their messaging, making the brand relatable and memorable. The conversion equation consists of the following components: interrupt, engage, educate, and offer. Dollar Shave Club applied this equation effectively in its marketing campaigns to maximize conversions and attract customers. 1, interrupt, attention-grabbing content. Dollar Shave Club's marketing campaign began with a viral video titled, "Our Blades Are F***ing Great," launched in 2012. Humor and shock value. The use of humor and a slightly irreverent tone created a strong interrupt, grabbing viewers' attention and making them curious about the brand. Engage. The video engaged viewers by addressing common frustrations with buying razors, such as high prices and inconvenient store trips. By speaking directly to the audience in a conversational and humorous way, the video created a sense of connection and engagement. Educate. The video quickly educated viewers about what Dollar Shave Club offered: high-quality razors delivered to your door at a low cost. The video educated viewers on the benefits of switching to Dollar Shave Club, such as avoiding high prices, the convenience of home delivery, and the straightforward selection process. For offer, the video ended with a clear call to action, encouraging viewers to visit the website and sign up for the service. Dollar Shave Club further incentivized conversions by offering a risk-free trial for new customers, lowering the barrier to entry and making it easy for them to try the service without a significant commitment. The use of value propositions and the conversion equation in Dollar Shave Club's marketing campaign did 3 things. 1, the launch video went viral, receiving millions of views within days and generating a huge amount of buzz and media coverage. 2, by clearly communicating its value proposition and using a compelling conversion equation, Dollar Shave Club successfully disrupted the traditional razor market, attracting customers away from established brands and capturing a significant market share. 3, the company's success and rapid growth attracted the attention of Unilever, which acquired Dollar Shave Club for $1 billion in 2016. Dollar Shave Club's use of a clear value proposition and the conversion equation in its marketing campaigns is a compelling example of how these principles can be used to achieve significant success. By effectively interrupting, engaging, educating, and offering value to customers, Dollar Shave Club was able to differentiate itself in a crowded market, turn potential customers into loyal subscribers, and ultimately build a highly successful business.
Now, we offer these stories to inspire others with their work, and they believe that, and we believe that nothing is impossible without passion and perseverance. What do you think about Dollar Shave Club?
I think it's a really good example of how they elbowed their way into a market that was kind of dominated by two major multi-million-dollar companies, and they got their piece of the pie, and were threatening the two larger companies by so much that another multinational company ended up buying them out for big bucks. So I think that's the lesson. Just do your homework, follow get your marketing message together, follow the pattern the process in order to achieve that, and carve out your marketplace.
Their message got my attention because nothing irritated me more than having to buy more razors. And those razors are uber expensive. They were at the time. And I know manufacturing well enough to know that I knew their cost of goods was insignificant. Now they were spreading their message with very expensive marketing, which typically is the case. But when this new company, Dollar Shave Club, came out, I mean, the pricing was phenomenally lower. And I didn't have to go out and remember to get them. I always were there. I mean, I think you get example, you get 4 blades every month. Now, they're reusable. I don't reuse them more than once or twice. That's about it. But they're disposable, much like those other blades. I don't know how long guys keep their blades, but twice, that's pretty much it. You can't keep them for a long time because we know the issues there. And again, I'm not pitching Dollar Shave Club. I'm pitching their message. I'm pitching what they try to do to interrupt the marketplace and take out these big guys. And again, don't have any problem with the big guys either, but it's a more affordable option. And I was amused by their presentation. Anyway, what else you got on that?
You've got more experience with with razor blades than I do, but
I wasn't going to say anything, but
but it's a great story. Absolutely.
Skip, I have to ask you, do you get dizzy looking backwards as you're moving forward?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's sometimes hard to keep it on the road though.
Yeah. So now I think we should let them know what, for listening to us these 22 minutes, what a business tool gift that they have for listening to us today.
Let's roll the free gift video.
This week's free gift is our marketing evaluator. Now, do you ever write an ad and wonder if it is going to have the impact you intend for it to have on your potential customers? Well, this tool is designed to help you review your current marketing impact and efficacy for deciding upon improvement or reassignment. We all know how important planning is, especially when it comes to planning for profit. To ensure that you are planning to put your best foot forward in marketing your business, this tool is a great resource for you and your marketing effort. Let's let Skip show us around.
This week's tool, Steve, is pretty simple. It's really just scoring yourself in several different areas, but I think it'll really help people determine how powerful and what type of an impact their ads will have. So each category, you would pick which number best describes your ad, put it in here. So we're taking some of the subjectivity, but not all the subjectivity out of writing these ads. Put your points in each section, and at the end, it'll give you your average points, and it will tell you whether you should probably start all over from scratch or whether you have something that's clear, passionate, precise, and powerful. Pretty simple tool to use, but I think it'll be really effective for folks when they're writing an ad or evaluating an ad that was written for them. Thanks, Steve.
As Skip mentioned, once again, the inputs are minimal, but the outputs are very powerful. Now, this tool can be very valuable in helping you look more objectively at your marketing products and evaluate just how effective it will be to your constituency. Now, we hope this makes your business a little more predictable and profitable. And the way to get your copy of the Marketing Evaluator tool free today is to go to the products page at resources-development.com and use the coupon code ADCHECK. That's ADCHECK to get yours absolutely free. And this product is a $9.95 value that you will receive for listening to us today. Our gift to help make your life biz easier.
Write that ad and stand back and watch the sales roll in. Right, Steve?
There you go. Thanks, Skip. Now, you may think that we're just lazy. Now that we've essentially committed our story time to Doodly, that takes a lot of effort. And we have to thank Skip for that. And also, the videos that we've prepared had to be done in advance because, it's not uncommon for us to spend 8-10 hours a day here in the studio putting this podcast together. I'm kidding, of course, we don't. But nevertheless, we wanted to automate and improve. Any sort of improvement ideas that you have, don't hesitate to let us. We got thick skin. We'd like to hear it. Anyway, I got nothing else for today. I think we've taken up enough of your time on your way to work or wherever it was that you were going, or just fixing your car. That doesn't make any difference. But what do you think, Skip? Anything else we need to add today?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we should wrap this thing up.
Okay, well,
that is a wrap. Woo!
That's a wrap.
Thanks for listening to today's Busy Z podcast. If you enjoyed our broadcast, we would kindly ask you to like, subscribe, and share with other entrepreneurs. See you next time on the Biz Easy podcast, where business is simplified for greater results.